Well, hello there guys, everyone. Welcome aboard for the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Northern Princess. Today we're doing another route learning video. This time we're going to be on the West Coast Main Line over Shap route by Dovetail Games. And we're going to be running this Class 370 APT from Carlisle down to Penrith. So, on the full 14 car set, I took and modified one of the scenarios so that the train is now ready for departure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about as much 3 of power just to help us pull away. Now this is in the late 1970s, early 80s, and we're on test, so I'm committed to go up to 155, which was this thing's top speed. You'll see we depart on 2011, sorry, in Carlisle station approaches. After that, we'll start taking the APT speeds. So what I did is I took the southbound run scenario by Dovetail Games and modified it to the infant's life for today's scenario. So effectively the AI concepts are loosely the same. I've added a couple, but the actual train's horrible. Which I sort of felt was a bit neat. So a quick tour of the cab. The main instruments I'll be looking at today. The clock, due in at about 4 minutes past 10. The speedometer. The brake gate meter. So this shows how much brake we've applied. You're going to see this is the CAPT, so this is now showing us our maximum speed. So much I've got a local brake just to get it ready. Brake meter, so you can see when I put the notch I selected where it shows. What else? We've got the AWS reset, the brake pressure indicator, and the pipe, the brake small pipe function. The light controls, our lights are already set up today. Set both headlights on. Just make it extra neat. And then we'll open the door on arrival. Pretty much the cab, the APT. Also we've got the 4-step, so we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4-step inverter. So we've got reverse, off, auxiliaries only, forward. So we've now got the 100 limit, but we are entering a neutral section. So as soon as we clear the end of it, I'm going to have to power off. There we go. So a neutral section is where 2 sections of overhead line. Basically, you can't power the entire national grid from one point. So you have these neutral sections that are about 6 feet long, and it's just an unpowered section to allow for a bridge between the powered and unpowered. There we go, that's our 68 marker, which means we're clear to accelerate, so I'm just going to go full power in. Up to 100. We're not signal for a diverging junction, so we'll just put that J with me. Okay, proceed at 5 miles per hour. Now the CAPT system relies on pilot sensing on the frank. That will, as far as I'm aware, were left in APT stats. So they were left in the ground, and I think when you removed from the West Coast Main Line organisation, the OT the ballasting basically give you permanent weight for station. So I'd say that's a red, this is sort of pale. So you have to make it, so you can't just take it, you're right. Yeah, that needs tweaking. There you go. So I'm now a bit louder than the train. I'm actually going to knock it back further still. There we go. So the first station we'll be flying through is Penrith. We're only stopping at Preston today. So Penrith, not Penrith. I can't speak English today. Penrith. And so the cab of the APT, it feels quite interesting. It feels very different. That's the cutouts for stuff. It's got the cab lights. Yeah. And there we go, we're cleared up to 125 now. So I can just leave the train in full power. I'm just going to open my video monster. Radio killed the monsters? No. Let's not open that can of worms. Yes, hopefully you guys are well. It's been a challenging couple of weeks, I know. I've finally, actually today, picked the energy up to come back to do a video. So let's see how this goes. I've got to go out and do some shopping after this. So brilliant post on Rail Fan Group. Someone was being rather sexist and saying, why don't we have ping trains for all the lady drivers? And there's a this wasn't a UK Rail Fan Group, unfortunately, but anyway, one of the people in there was a trainee fireman on a preserve railway, a firewoman, I should say. And she basically bopped the floor with him, saying, "Yeah, I actually do enjoy shoveling coal." Yeah, it's quite humorous. But you saw the speed post we went past there. That was obviously signalling that even a Pendolino could only go down here at 95, and we can do it safely up to 125. And we go up to 155, which is the maximum permitted speed for the APT. So British Rail's Class 370 tilting trains, also referred to as the APT-P, meaning APT Advanced Passenger Train Prototype, with the pre-production Advanced Passenger Train units. Unlike the early experimental gas turbine APT-E, these units were powered by the 25 kV AC overhead electrification, and were used on the West Coast Main Line between London Euston and Glasgow Central. The APT-P is the most powerful domestic train. Hey, yeah, that was me being lazy and not checking what was on the back. Oh well. The most powerful domestic train to operate in mainline Britain. The 8 traction motors fitted to the 2 central motor cars, giving a total output of 8,000 horsepower. This enabled the train to set the UK world record of 162.2 miles per hour in December 1979. A speed record that stood for 23 years until broken by Eurostar Class 373 on the newly completed HS1. Just shows that this thing was massively ahead of its time. You know, this thing came into service in 1979, and all of them were scrapped by 1986, or removed from service, shall we say? Because some were preserved, and I've got to be fair to that. But an incredible bit of kit. Incredible bit of kit. Yeah, we'll leave the cap light off, I think. So we're up at 150 now. Well, we're at 148 really. So yeah, we're gonna have to start thinking about braking soon, because I know we can't go through Penrith at 155. We're more than halfway there now, because yeah, just want to know the lay of the land. But we are just flying along in this thing. I'm just going to close the throttle for a bit. Actually, yeah, I'll put the power back on, get us up to about 153, 154, and then idle back down to about 148, then back up on power again. That's how I'll drive today. Also, as soon as we fly over the top of Shap Summit, we start going downhill for the rest of the journey, which means it's not so much using the throttle to manage the speed, it's using the brake. But yeah, we'll come to that when we get there. This is... I forget the name of these cut slips actually. You can see we're going so fast we're losing structure textures. I'm not sure why that is. I do apologise for that. There we go, so I'm going to close the pan in and set the train coast. Okay, maybe we can go through... yeah, I believe this is the curve on the approach to Penrith. So yeah, hard on the brakes, get the speed out 95. There we go. Got another neutral section coming up, that's the sign for it. So I'm going to just stay off the path for the moment. Actually, I can put about notch 2 back in, let's say. Okay, so the distance covered during today's journey is about 90 miles. And still, we're still managing to do this at the EPS speeds, which is just phenomenal, really. EPS is enhanced permitted speed. So it basically refers to the speed that the tilting trains can operate at on this route. You can see the 2 power cars in the middle of the train there. I will do a quick tour around the train when we arrive into Preston. Okay, I can open the throttle back up again just to get us up towards 95. Okay, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. There we go, back off the brakes. That was me being an idiot. Here comes 96. On some Mach 2s, nice. So I guess this must be the mid-1980s, because the intercity is just starting to appear. And so is sectorisation. See up to 125, let's just floor it. Let the train go. So yes, we're heading, I say we're now past Penrith. So Penrith's about 15 miles south of Carlisle, to give a rough idea of the distances covered. The next major landmark will be Shap Summit, which is about a further 20 miles south. Let me check my materials here. I'm just trying to find reference on distance. There isn't one. Cool. Okay, we've got a 100 limit coming in. I was literally looking at it as that came in. So I've acknowledged it by pressing the E key. I'm just pulling the power off to the 100 mark. Brakes can now come off. You can see we're definitely climbing up the side of climbing up Shap now. Actually, there is the argument that you don't want to be doing the speed limit. You want to be doing just below the speed limit, so that way you've got time to react if you start going down a hill and stuff, which is fair enough. I was actually watching a YouTuber called Dad Rail. I was watching him play Open BVE. Not so much to learn how to drive a train, but just like there's the various mechanisms that drivers go through. You've got the 95 in place now, so I can be a bit slacker on the power. Yeah. This is definitely the slow part of the route. Oh god, I'll do about much water power. See, we're now approaching Hardendale Goods Loops. That bridge is a landmark to me at this point. I suspect our speed's about to increase. I suspect. I'm trying to put notch 7 back in because we are slowing down quite a lot. There's our 125. It's quite cool actually. Last summer. Oh crap! It was 2 summers ago. 2 summers ago, I was helping with the NCS, and as we're coming back on the bus, we were coming back from a place called Grange Over Sands, which is on the Barrow line, and the road we came home on pretty much parallels the West Coast main line. So I was just had my eyes peeled out the window. I saw a Pendolino in the Virgin White livery, and a TPE 350. So it was raining as we came along. So the TPE 350, you could see the water flying off the pantograph. It was really cool. That's the kind of special effects I'd like in train sim. Okay, yeah, bring that speed down. So that is this is Shap Summit. Oh, this is Hardendale Quarry on the left. My apologies. And Shap Summit is just ahead. Okay, the West Coast Main Line, like most of the good God, that was terrifying. The West Coast Main Line, like most of the UK railway network, is Victorian architecture and Victorian civil engineering. Imagine building this in Victorian times. Like, it would be a distinctly unpleasant place to work, even in 2020. Never mind in the 1800s. Power off now. And now this is the downhill section I mentioned. So this is the bit where we just have to control the speed as we go downhill. There we go, straight up to 155. Let's go. Full power. Brake off. And you can see just as we come over the top, the fog's cleared. Glorious. And it's a beautiful day. So we've now been travelling for about 22 minutes. We've now been in the video for 22 minutes, and we're already, about 33 miles in. This is, well, a little bit more actually, but yeah. It just goes to show that this is an incredibly fast route, comparatively. So the next landmark for us is going to be Oxenholme, which is about 17 miles away. T-Bay up Main, T-Bay Goods Loops will be going past. Carnforth, North Junction, Lancaster, and Preston. So Carnforth is actually a station on the West Coast Main Line that has no platforms serving the West Coast Main Line. It used to. You'll see as we go past, the platforms have been decommissioned, and there's only 2 platforms remaining which serve the line, the Barrow line, sorry. And there's also Carnforth Steamtown there, which would have been active in this time. Carnforth Steamtown which would have been active in this time. I haven't put anything in there, but I'm not sure if if there was anything needed to be in there, so to speak. And then we go through Lancaster and then finally Preston. The West Coast Main Line over Shap is a really old route for train sim now. Really quite old. But at the same time, it's pretty brilliant. Yeah, I did get the speed of it 2 back, but hey. Just saw the neutral section warning. To be fair, we can leave the train in full power, and by the time the front end goes past something and we chop power, the pantograph is back there. There we go, power's closed. There you go, line light's back on. I've got the 155 again. We're now going to be approaching Grey Rig. This is the site where, I believe it's the next goods loops, not T-Bay loops. Grey Rig is the site where Pendlino was derailed, and that was the last fatal railway accident in Great Britain, which I think is a great sign to, or a testament I should say, to the safety on the UK railways. You can see there's the road there. I can remember going up this section, and just I think it was here I actually saw the TP 350 going the other way. Back down to 125 we go, so power off. Oh yeah, I'm going to give a break, I'm not doing 125 yet. Idiot. Can put the power back in. I was very much a knee-jerk reaction at that speed change. Got no more boards on this route, which is one of the things that I think lets it down. Got the 95 now. Why is there a caravan down there? Hello there, guy. Can you call police, please? There's a caravan on the line side. Thank you. Hangs up. Bit ahead of myself again. It's very easy to speed this train. It's one of the things I have found. I'm trying to cruise with my breakdown and inertial, and then we'll see how we're doing. Yeah, this is Grey Rig loops. And I can get into City Livery Pendlino. HST coming the other way. On tap. Let's go. Yep, now 46 miles to go. And I'm getting ahead of myself a goddamn again. I wonder the ballasts on this route. Obviously they provided the in-cab signalling to show the higher permitted per minute way speeds. What would, if one of the ballasts instructing it to slow down failed, what would the implications of that be for the train? Sorry about the frame rate, guys, the stutter. So the withdrawal of the APTs. So all 6 units were withdrawn during 1985 and 1986. Most cars were quickly scrapped. The remaining cars were exhibited at Crewe Heritage Centre, a museum located next to Crewe Station. Of these, the 6 cars are formed into a single train. Driving trailer second, trailer restaurant second buffet, trailer brake first, non-driving motor, trailer brake first, driving trailer second. And a single non-driving motor car does not form part of the train and is exhibited separately at the Electric Railway Museum in Coventry. But it was moved back to Crewe Heritage Centre in March 2018. So yeah, total set weight 434 tons. Wow. Actually, that's not that. That's about the same weight as a HST. They had a design max speed of 125, and in service max speed of a design speed of 155 and in service speed of 125. Now operated by Intercity, maintained at Glasgow Shields Road Depot, which now maintains the 314s and 315s. They would still have looked brilliant. Imagine, walking into the depot and these all parked side by side. Freightliner train coming the other way. Nice. Must have just come out the loop for some reason. Must have been in there for a path break. So yeah, that's the sort of stuff I modified for this scenario. I ripped out things like the overuse of Blue 87s from West Coast Mail and over Shap, and put some of the AP stuff in. And I think, this is a DTG loco, and a lot of people like to rip on DTG. Oh, interesting. For how bad their routes are, but actually, the amount of AP stuff knocking about, this thing stands up quite well compared to that. Closing the power levers, waiting for the line light to go off, back on, power. So yeah, when we go through neutral section, I'm checking the overhead line indication here, and that's my indication as to whether we're getting overhead line power or not. As soon as that blinks off and then back on, I'm good to continue taking power and continue accelerating the train. Sorry about that. Yeah, one of the things I've been doing to cope with stress is combing my hair, strangely. Which I used to hate, but now it's just, it just feels... you see the Poundland does these really nice brushes that get all the tangles out your hair, but they're just so soft and gentle. They make even the worst tangles bearable. After a couple of 47s in the game. Oh, that is a bit of a blur, those TTAs. They're very shiny as well. I think that's to do with my RGB enhancer settings. Ain't much I can do about them. We should get 155 soon. There we go. So just think about it this way, we're doing 30 miles an hour faster than the fastest train that's ever gone down here. Now that is quite a substantive chunk. of, you know, additional power and speed. In the West Coast Main Line, you know, the challenge with the West Coast has always been it's really curly and just awkward to get trains around. Oh, hello. PGAs, nice. I'm just going for lime, I think. Because at this time that's what Redmire Quarry, sorry, not Redmire, Hardendale Quarry was producing. Yeah. You know, it's difficult to fully quantify the oh, rip. I wonder, does that show for you guys? No, it doesn't. Good. You know, the quantum leap, well and truly, that this would have been in engineering. You know, obviously I grew up in an era where the APT was long gone before I was born. I was born in '97. But, you know, the West Coast really is a curvy country line of a main line. And, you know, going down here at amazingly high speeds. And I mean, just look at the angle this thing takes through corners. It looks like it's on a bobsleigh track. Which I suppose isn't a bad analogy for the West Coast. We got traction power, so yeah. And we've already knocked another 25 miles off our distance travelled. This thing is phenomenal. The pace this thing travels at, amazing. I am going to try and do a northbound run of the West Coast. Mainland over Shap in something, just not sure what yet. I just don't want to flood the channel with the same route twice in a row. Which I've probably already done because I've probably recorded a video of the 86 enhancement pack. Yeah, this is Carnforth, so that line going across us actually goes towards the Salt Carlisle line and on towards Leeds. This is Carnforth Station. You can see the decommissioned platforms on our left and right here. And Carnforth Loops and Carnforth Steam Turnover on the right. Full power. What I'm actually going to do is fly in front of the train. Just go a proper fly past view. As we approach the coast. This is the Irish Sea. $150 miles an hour looks like. Okay. Yeah, I've got an emergency brake application due to that, unfortunately. which is fine. I mean, we're still running massively ahead of time. We're due to cover 23 miles in 20 minutes. So we can literally do this at 60 miles an hour. So we've done that. Right, what have I done wrong to let the brake off here? Parking brakes released, instrument lights, well, I've left those on. That's a bit of a weird texture there. But the brake pressure is still applied. Traction fault. Panel preset. Okay, I'm going to fully release that. I've got the air supply and I'm just trying to figure out how to release it. Da 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 da. Interesting, none of those are actually touchable. To the manual. The APT-P. The APT-P. Okay, if I do this in auxiliaries. Yeah. Wow, minus 542 points. Resetting an emergency brake. Either train couldn't withstand. So. Oh. Crap. Oh well. So I've lifted it back up. Put it back up to normal position, put the train brake in emergency, set the throttle to off position, set the reverser. Cool. Let's give it the beans, notch 5. There we go, we've got traction power. Okay, let's pull away in boost mode. So we've got 12 up to 12 seconds of boost mode. Just have to hold the throttle in that position, sort of a notch 8, an unofficial notch 8 for the throttle. That it spring loads back out of. That's the Morecambe line on our right hand side, by the way. I've got the Morpeth boards back. Let's go up to 40. Okay, we've got a 75 limit coming through here as we approach the Lancaster station, I believe. Looks so good. So interestingly, this was... Okay, got the flashing single amber now, so I'm just going to fully idle out the throttle, which means we're going to be diverging at some point. It can be a good look out ahead. Okay, I'm going to drive defensively. Okay, on a single amber. Means we're going through the platform at Lancaster for some reason. So I'm going to set step 3 brake on. Just bring the speed back to 50, and then we'll go down to 40 as soon as we can see the junction. But yeah, so looking at the menu, by the way, this was worked on by Ed Fisk, Skyhook Games, Wagons, the beta testing team, Rob Latham of the APT-P.com, and the Crew Heritage Centre, other people who are given thanks in this. Which, Ed Fisk, does some awesome work. Ed Fisk does a great deal of awesome work for Dovetail. He's been behind such great trains now. But yeah. Start with a speed restriction. Give them a blast on the horn as we approach. Go through the station. We've got a 30 limit coming up. So once again, we are not stopping at Lancaster, correct? For some reason the game started that route through the platforms, which is actually sort of quite a nice cruise through. There's the 30, we're doing 30, it's all good. In the neighbourhood. Go. So we now need to wait until we signal back up to higher speeds, just like that, and then get straight back on the power. Again, I'm going to use boost mode now that we've had a bit of time to cool down. If we've coasted through Lancaster, one of the canals of Lancashire. It's got I just love that the way the cab feels sort of old and used, and yeah, I just like it. I mean, I suppose it feels like a seat that someone sat on before. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. You know, if you look at your desk seat, it's got some stains on it from where you spilled a drink on it. It's got your bum print in it at this point, hopefully. You know, stuff like that. And a lot of seats don't have that in train sim. And this just feels a bit old. And you've got some the artwork on it where you've got the little dots where someone spilled a cup of tea. That kind of thing. And I can appreciate that in a train, you know. Now we do get dropped out of CAPT on the approach to Preston. I believe it's a 20. I'll just approach the station cautiously, effectively. It's going to be my guidance for myself. It was actually a really fun drive. So yeah, I'm hoping to be doing a few more route learning videos in the future. This one's just me getting back into the swing of things. And you know, unfortunately, due to current goings on in the world, I have well and truly been struggling just to stay motivated and stay positive. But you know, getting just to sit down, have a chat with you guys, the one or two of you who'll watch this. You know, that does actually help me. It was just to get, you know, overcoming that hump, if you like, the hassle hurdle, as they say, and the energy and committing to it. It's been quite hard, but I'm here now, so I'm quite pleased with that, I guess. to 155 one last time. Cool. I definitely want to hit 155 in this thing. It's a gorgeous train. One of the things I actually really like about this train is you can just about drive it without any audio, so I'm not got a headset on my head at the moment. But I can drive this train without having to listen if I've got my eyes on things. Obviously the real train you definitely need to have ears for, but you know, for a train game it can be nice just to take your headset off and give your ears a bit of a break. I also saw an interesting train simulator, which was Cab Ride Simulator. So you'd effectively a cab ride video would play, and you'd control how quickly the video was played back at, and it would have a separate audio track for your train audio. Which I kind of like the idea of, but I'm not sure I could just cope with being stuck in this sort of perspective for the entirety of the video. Well, this sort of perspective, really. It's also a bit predictable as well, because you can't, you drive it once, and you can't drive it any differently to not have an AWS trigger. Like we held at a red signal, you can't go, oh no, I'm going to get held, so I drive it a little bit more slowly. That's, I suppose, the two main disadvantages of it. Again, no bridges today. I'm not sure why. Sorry about that one, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, boost mode. So again, boost mode, you can run it for 12 seconds, but then you let it cool down for a minute or two, so... Look how quickly that speedo is going up. It's very uncommon. At least at this sort of speed. Unless you're in something like the Shanghai maglev. That was just a meme of a video. I'm sorry about that. It was just when I thought, you know what, in-cab signalling's one thing, but just letting the train drive itself, fair enough, go for it, mate. Actually, hang on, I'm just going to boost up to 155. Because I'm conscious that we're getting close to Preston now. I just want to hit that magical number. We've got a neutral section to worry about soon. On the approach to which I'm going to have to throw it out into coast. Okay, I'm going to consider that as near to 155 as I'm getting. Back on the power again, I guess. Not in boost mode, just in full power. Look at that, we lost like 2 miles an hour there. Interesting. Yeah, I do want to do a 319 route learning video next, I think. Take one of the 319s from London, King's... Actually, do probably that... One of the ones I did on my old channel was King's Cross Thames Link up to Bedford. That was quite a fun little video. I'm also hoping to bring Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr to, or HHR as Dovetail referred to it, Yeah, HH, I'm hoping to bring that to a video soon, because it was obviously something I actually wasn't involved in the gameplay creation of, because unfortunately my gameplay didn't get released due to some complicated issues which I could go into, but it's just not really worth it, is it really? I mean, I know there's no way I'm going to go to working back a dovetail, but at the same time, am I really that bothered about it? Probably not. And the HST. Hello. Meow. B. Yeah, this is probably like the mid-1980s at this point, because there's HSTs, there's 86s, there's 87s. I left some of the 47s in this area. Okay, 125. There we go, not for the brakes. Oh well, I'm far too slow. There we go, coming down 125, so this is another slowing down for Preston. I'm just going to let the I know I'm driving very slowly compared, well, I'm trying 20 miles an hour below the speed limit, but I'm just conscious that I'm going to get that thrown at us momentarily. See, there's an 80. And there's an 80 in the real world. Now we're going to have that 35 commuter force, which we've now got the APT for. Brakes for. And we'll go down about 40, 42. Okay, there goes the CAPT. So yeah, I'm going to leave us at about 40. And this is now Preston. Yeah. Now, every time I pull a high-speed train in somewhere, a staple part of my childhood was travelling on the Czech Pendolino services from Ostrava to Prague. And every time you pulled into Prague, they'd play Vltava by WCML. Okay, I'm better ahead of myself. Oh no, I'm fine. There we go, 35. No. But yeah, so they'd play. Yeah, they'd play that by WCML, and it would be as you were coming over a really fairly magnificent bridge over the Vltava River. It just every time I'm in slowing down for a final station in a high-speed train. Of this nature, and this is, I suppose, the granddaddy of the Pendolinos. So yeah, nice that train over there. Let's get slowed down and stopped. As I say, I left some of the 47s on because I didn't have any decent blue 47s, and I just put AP Mark 2s in behind them. But again, this is a train that doesn't hold up too badly against that kind of level of scrutiny. And that says something about my opinion, actually. That does say something. Let's get stopped before this signal. Got the S-car markers. Oh, great, I've returned the traction motors. How have I done that? Oh, crap. RIP. Well, guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, hit that like button. Subscribe to see more from me on a semi-regular basis. Precisely 1 hour after we left Carlisle, we're arriving into Preston. I'm not re-recording that. I'm just not. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.